At night, everything slows down, not all at once, not dramatically, just enough to feel the difference between movement and rest. The world becomes quieter, and the mind begins to notice the space that was always there. During the day, thoughts compete for attention. At night, they wait their turn. Some never arrive. Some arrive softly and leave before they are understood. Nothing needs to be solved here. Questions don't demand answers. Ideas don't need direction. Thoughts are allowed to exist without purpose. Breathing becomes slower, without effort. The body recognizes this moment. It knows there is no reason to hurry. Time feels different now. Minutes stretch gently. Moments overlap. The sharp edges of the day begin to soften. The mind stops checking itself. It no longer asks if it is doing this correctly. There is no correct way to move through the night. Thoughts arrive incomplete, not sentences, not stories, just fragments, passing through awareness without asking to stay. The body settles further, muscles release what they've been holding, not because they are told to, but because there is nothing left to resist. Awareness drifts in and out, clear for a moment, soft the next. No boundary remains between attention and rest. Thoughts no longer need meaning. They don't turn into plans. They don't become memories. They pass through and disappear quietly. The night does not rush. It doesn't move forward or look back. It simply remains, holding space for stillness. Breathing follows its own rhythm, slow, even, unnoticed, yet steady. The idea of time fades. There is only this moment and the softness within it. Nothing asks for attention now. Nothing stands out. The mind no longer needs to choose what to focus on. Awareness becomes wider, but less defined. Sounds blend together. Silence deepens. Effort disappears gradually. Trying becomes unnecessary. Rest does not require intention. It arrives when holding on ends. The night carries everything evenly. Thoughts, pauses, stillness. Nothing is treated as more important than the rest. Comfort grows quietly, not as warmth, not as clarity, but as the absence of tension. Sleep does not announce itself. It settles slowly, like darkness filling a room, without being noticed. Awareness softens further, present, but no longer watching. It rests in the background, without effort. Thoughts become distant, unlabeled, unstructured. They pass, without leaving a trace. The mind releases its grip, not suddenly, not completely, just enough to feel lighter. The night continues quietly, uninterrupted, unconcerned, holding space for rest to happen naturally. At night, everything slows down, not all at once, just enough to feel the difference. There is no clear moment when sleep begins. It doesn't arrive suddenly. It doesn't interrupt anything. It blends into awareness so gently that it's easy to miss. The mind no longer follows thoughts. They move on their own now, like distant sounds, barely reaching attention. Nothing needs to be held. Nothing needs to be remembered. Breathing deepens slightly, not slower, just fuller. Each breath feels complete, without effort, without intention. Time feels less linear here. Moments overlap. Pauses stretch. The idea of before and after loses its meaning. Awareness drifts further inward, not focused, not distracted, simply present, without direction. Thoughts appear as soft impressions, not words, not images, just gentle movements, passing through, without form. The body settles into stillness, not forced, not instructed. It recognizes there is nothing left to respond to. Silence grows deeper. Even the idea of silence begins to fade. There is only a quiet continuity, without edges. Awareness loosens its grip again. It no longer observes. It simply remains, light enough to drift, steady enough to rest. The night holds this moment gently, without pressure, without expectation, allowing rest to unfold at its own pace. There is no need to stay aware, no need to let go either. Both happen naturally when effort disappears. Sleep moves closer without being noticed. It doesn't arrive as a change. It feels like a continuation. Thoughts dissolve completely now, not replaced by dreams, not replaced by images. Just a quiet absence, where nothing needs to exist. The boundary between mind and rest softens further. Awareness fades, without resistance. And the night continues, steady and calm, holding space for sleep to deepen naturally. At night, everything slows down, not all at once, just enough to feel the difference.